Hey everyone, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my January wrap up. Finally, always late. I've not got any excuses for why I haven't uploaded. I know you probably don't care, but it's annoying that I'm not consistent and yeah, whatever. But I'm not going to make excuses because I'm always making excuses and I want to talk about books. So in January I read 9 books. 8 books. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 books. And yeah, I read some good books. I was a little bit behind on my goals and whatever, but that's all fine because I was just reading what I wanted to read at the time. And I'll just jump straight into it because the first book I read in 2019 was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I was sort of finishing up last year's reread because I didn't want to take it too far into 2019, but I was still reading this at the end of the year because I was just busy towards the end of the year, so I didn't have time to finish it, so that one can go there. It was a solid 5 stars for me, an enjoyable read all the same, made me cry, made me feel sad, you know, but that's pretty typical for me. Next, I finished 12 Small Acts to Save Our World by WWF, and it says inside that the text is by Emily Bowman. So I don't really, it's like a team effort sort of thing, I think. But I put Emily Bowman as the author on my reading spreadsheet. And it's just sort of split up into 12 segments about being more ethical and eco-friendly. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It sort of kickstarted a few changes in things that I did this year, sort of the way I went about a few processes and things like that, made me think a bit more about our planet, and it's definitely kick-started my New Year's resolution to be a bit more green, etc. this year, you know. And I gave that was really loud and now I feel like I've got a headache. I gave that 3 stars just because I feel like it was very surface level. And I don't know, it sort of said a lot of stuff that I already know, but it made me think about things, so I thought that was good. Next, I finished a Harry Potter book I've had for quite a long time, well, since not Christmas, just gone Christmas before, and that is Harry Potter, A Journey Through History and Magic, and this is the kids version, I think, because it's got lots of activities in it, but it's really interesting. And actually, this was really surprising read for me because I thought that it was just going to be like, oh, this sort of thing happened in magic, like this is where magical things were derived from, but it had draft copies and plans for Harry Potter in it and how that links to other magical real world magic, so like what we know about magic through history. And it was really interesting and I really enjoyed it. I thought it's a really good little read. And I didn't read it all in one go actually. I sort of split it up into sort of two reads. But yeah, it was really colourful and really engaging, I think. That should make that. Oh, look, they're not in size, that's not pleasing, is it? And then obviously I read this and it feels like such a long time since I've read this, but this was so magical, and it was Wanda Smith. The Calling of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend, the second in the Nevermore Trials books, and this was just absolutely gorgeous. I enjoyed this book so much. I gave it 5 stars. Are you having me on? That's so loud. Oh God. I need to go back to stacking them flat, but I just feel like fluffing around so much with it. Yes, so Nevermore starts with a young girl called Morrigan Crow who's fated to die on her 12th birthday, her 12th birthday, because of the day she was born is a cursed day. So she was fated to die on her 11th birthday, and then basically when that day comes around, she doesn't die, she gets taken to Nevermore, and it is a magical, wonderful city, and she finds out that she's going to be entered into trials to join a school for wondrous people. And yeah, this second book, I won't say a bit too more about it, but it was so magical, and I'm definitely going to reread the series later in the year, come Christmas time, when I think the 3rd one will be coming out, approximately. Next, I read a book club pick because me and my lovely friend Mia, I will link her Instagram and blog down below, who is a friend from uni. She has she mentioned that she thought it would be a good idea if we did book club, because we used to read a lot of the same books when we were at uni together, and we used to discuss them a lot, and it was great. We like shared a lot of our books. So we started a book club, and our first book club pick was Ghost Wall, and this was incredible. This was absolutely incredible. I can't remember the main character's name, however. It's about a young girl called Sylvie, a teenager, and she goes on... I couldn't describe it. It's like an experiment in archaeology, which her father is really interested in, and they join with some students, and it's just incredibly dark, and I think I'm just going to leave it there, because A, I'm not going to do it justice, and B, I think this is so short that if I go into too much detail about the characters and their lives, then it's just going to sort of ruin what you find out here. But the way information is given out to you in this book is incredible. I read this over the course of a day, unfortunately not in one sitting, but I would have loved to devour this in one sitting. And look at me using the book to sort my hair out. But this was something else. Like, Sarah Moss got so much in such a tiny book. I was completely blown away. It was so emotive, it was so powerful, it was so interesting, engaging. The writing was brilliant, and I think I gave it 4 stars because the first couple of chapters or like segments took me a little while to get into, but thinking on it now, this was incredible. Star ratings don't mean anything. I don't know how that's going to change, but you know, here you are, I'm letting you know. Next, I read something else towards my reading goals for the year, and that is, I read A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This is the second in the Song of Ice, Game of Thrones series. It's not called, I don't know what. Yeah, it is a Song of Ice and Fire. I can see it down here on Goodreads. And I gave this 4 stars. It's really interesting. I really enjoyed it. It's very like plodding along with what I know already from the TV show, and it's interesting, it's engaging, the characters are okay, the way it's written is just sort of like, it's a writing style I can abide. It's neither like great nor bad, it's just something that I can read. It doesn't really... One thing that's good about this writing style, it doesn't feel like it has a writing style. I don't know if that's does that make sense to anyone else? But I personally feel like it's just a story. It's just telling a story. That's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, it was quite a long one. And I was thinking I really would like to be at the end, because it was so long. It was getting really long. But, you know, 2 more books. Just a quick one here. One I've got is called, oh, that was such a good flip, Young, Gifted and Black by Jamie Wilson, and it was illustrated by Andrea Pippins, and it's just like one of the Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. So, although it is the same, but obviously it just centres around Black history, and it's so engaging, so interesting. Look at these beautiful colours, illustrations. It gave me some information that I did already know, and it built on that, and it gave me new information, and it is building on such a lovely format. And yeah, I just thought it was really nice. I didn't even think about it. I saw it in a shop and I was buying a few books. I thought I just picked it up and bought it, and I'm really glad I did, because it's absolutely gorgeous. And lastly, I read How to Steal Fire: The Myths of Creativity Exposed and the Truths of Creativity Explained, by Stephen Bailey and Roger Maverty. And this is a proof copy I got from my workplace, and it comes out in March 2019, and it's a book about creativity, and I was really interested to read it because I love reading non-fiction about this sort of thing. I find it can be quite inspiring to me, and it gets me to want to write. And I've done a bit of planning since reading this. It's got me thinking about creativity in a slightly different way, and the way I see creativity, like, is not just my own kind of creativity, a lot of other different creativity styles and the way people sort of are, I guess. But yeah, it was a good one, and it's got very short chapters, a couple of pages at a time, and it alternates usually between each writer. They both have very distinct writing styles, which I really liked. And one nice touch I did really enjoy at the end, actually, is their they each had a page, each had a page about them written by the other one, and I thought that provided really interesting insight into their relation, maybe how that influences their writing styles, which was quite interesting, and maybe it divulged information that they might not have given away themselves. I don't know. But yes, that was a solid 4 stars, I think. Yes, a solid 4 stars. Because I thought it was really interesting and engaging, but it wasn't like revolution. Sorry, can you hear that? Can you hear that cold? That's what it is. That's like me being, I've got a Harry Potter blanket down here. You guys don't know that, it's a secret. Right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's been a long time. I'll try not to make it too long anymore. But, you know, we'll see how things go. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'd really like it if you commented any feedback, if you've got anything to say, if you think I'm shit, just let me know. In a nice way, obviously, constructive, whatever. Yeah, if you've got anything to say, please just let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe, you know, do all those fun things, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.